In today's episode, once again, we speak to Simon Severino. Simon is the CEO of Strategy Sprints, a leading growth advisory consultancy that specializes in agile. He is trusted by Google, Consilience Ventures, and many others, and works with them on running their companies more effectively, which results in sales that soar. He is the host of Strategy Sprints podcast and is the author of Strategy Sprints, the book. Today, we're speaking to Simon to find out how you can grow your business from 0 to 7 figures in 24 months. Let's find out. Welcome. This is Gull, your money mindset expert. And once again, we have the amazing Simon Severino. Welcome, Simon.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be back.
Thank you so much for coming back, Simon. We had such a fantastic conversation during Friday Feature. We had to have you back today. But once again, please, in your own words, tell everybody what it is that you do.
I'm Simon Severino. I run Strategy Sprints, which is a growth consultancy. We help teams improve sales and marketing. We work in cycles of 90 days with one-on-one coaching, and we are helping people across the globe have better sales and better marketing independently of the weather condition, the market conditions.
Fantastic. And this leads us on to today's topic, which is how to grow your business from 0 to over $1 million in 24 months. So Simon, during Friday Feature, you mentioned you did your startup and then you grew your business very rapidly, and then you had to, grow further. How can you give us the various stages of growing a business or having a new startup and then taking it through the different stages, getting it to over 7 figures?
Yeah, I'm happy to go through all stages. Let's define the first stage as 0 to 35K per month.
Okay, 0 to 35, yeah.
And then the second stage is above 35K per month.
Okay.
So let's see, when you start a business, you have 0. So what is really important to do and what shouldn't you waste time or money on? Because this is where I've seen a ton of mistakes.
Okay.
So the only important thing below 35K per month is that you are solving real problems with real people. Okay. That's the only thing. Nothing else matters. Don't think about scalability, automation. It's all the wrong moment in time to do these things. You also need no marketing, so you should spend $0 in marketing per month. And I repeat, $0 per month in marketing before you hit 35K. And
so how would they get their business then?
Well, directly talking to people. To get to 35K, how many people do you need? You need 3 people who work with you, probably. Maybe 5. How many conversations do you need to find 5 people? Maybe 20, maybe, let's say 100. For 100 conversations, you don't need chatbots. 100 conversations, you can go down the street, you have 100 conversations. I'm an Italian. I go down the street, I can have 100 conversations. So you don't need a lot. You need just, the beginner mindset, the mindset of a kindergarten kid who says, hello, want to be my friend. That's it. An open heart. Open heart, open mind. You're here to serve, just serve. No fancy stuff. You don't need a logo. You don't need a corporation. Your company doesn't even have to have a legal name. You just help people with stuff.
Okay.
They have a problem, you help them solve it. Now, some of those will give you love letters that you will use as a client testimonial. Bit by bit, you start building your first website. Simple website, 1 page. This is what I do. You have these 3 problems. I can help you. This is how I help. Look, I helped those 3. And then there is a video. And then there are 2 sentences from them. Oh, I had this problem, but then I worked with you. And then this happened. Name, face, role of the company. So their role in the company. That's it. That's your first website. You don't need more than that. Then you start building your email list. Email list is super important. whatever it is, a very simple way to collect your contacts first, and you start sending your first newsletter. Don't call it newsletter. Call it something that you would send to friends or to family, like, I don't know, Patricia's daily brief, or the 5 points about blockchain that you need to know every Friday. Whatever your thing is, make it something like you're talking to your friends. Hey, friends, you should know this week.
How often do you send it? Once a week, twice a week, every day?
Start once a week, and then you move it up to twice a week. And when you go ninja a couple of years later, you will do it daily.
Okay.
But you don't start ninja. You start quick. So start just weekly.
Okay.
The weekly 3 things that you need to know about my area of expertise. Insert your area of expertise here. For example, one of our clients, Sani Abdul Jabbar, he is in Los Angeles, and he is an amazing tech consultant. And he had like all these tech people from Silicon Valley wanted him as an advisor. He grew a huge team, and then he had to pick a fight. So because now he was doing everything, working a lot, but the profits were low because each project would start from scratch, totally customized. And so he had a huge amount of people on his team, a huge amount of work, but the profits and the playfulness was gone. And so we said, all right, let's simplify again, right? Sunny, if you can pick of all your 170 clients of this year, who's your favorite client? And he said, oh, this blockchain team, why are they your favorite clients? And because criteria 1, 2, 3. I said, oh, okay, that's your ideal client. From now on, every week, you will speak to this ideal client. You just write for them. Imagine there is 100 of them, not 100 different people. This person 100 times. You just haven't met the other 99, but you will meet them. The universe will bring them if you talk to them consistently. And so he said, all right, I want to talk about blockchain. And he said, every Friday, he will write a LinkedIn article about the 3 things blockchain you need to know this week. Genius in its simplicity, super simple, super effective. And now his LinkedIn is crushing it. The engagement is high. People, they wait for it. He was on holidays, and then they said, Sunny, where's the newsletter? So I missed your article. This is when it works. And then from there, you can increase the cadence now, twice a week, every day.
And so you write the same article, you send it in email format to your email list. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yes, of course. Everything that you create, we are systems people. Everything that you create, you use multiple times, 8 times, 9 times.
Okay.
So in this case, let's say you have picked the topic of the week. It's one of our content marketing tools. We have 274 blueprints. One of them is that on Monday, for half an hour, you create content. And then your team, or an outsourced team, if you want, on Tuesday, they reuse the same thing. So you pick your favorite creation channel. For example, for me, it's video. I like to talk in front of a camera.
Same here.
Other people, yeah. So if that comes easy to you, you do a video. And then other people say, no, it's writing. For me, it's writing. Whatever it is that you feel comes easy to you, that's what you do on Monday. And then your team will reuse it over the whole week. We have blueprints for that and checklists. But for example, if like you, video comes easy, then you could schedule on Monday morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, 1 hour content creation. So you do your video, and now on Tuesday, your team will transcribe it and put it as a blog on your website. The blog has a call to action to whatever you want them to do next in your client journey. On Wednesday, they can reuse the same thing as a LinkedIn article, just making slight context changes, because on LinkedIn you talk differently than on Facebook, so you just make that little context refinement. And then on Thursday it becomes a Facebook post. On Friday you can do an Instagram live about the same things, and you use it as your script. You can play around. On Friday, it can be a small event, a 60 minutes workshop on that topic. And it can be open to the public. So play around with it, but use every piece 8 to 9 times because it's just efficient. And it can become an educational email. If it's evergreen, it becomes also one of the next educational emails, which will go out to everybody in the first 10 days of your relationship to them. Wherever they sign up, they download something, you will start sending automatically those educational emails. So that's the marketing piece. But remember, don't do this before 35K. Before 35K per month, you do only sales and operations. Say, hey, want to be friends? What does it mean, friends? I can help you cut costs by 25%. Cool, let's do it. All right, let's go. When do we start? Today. And then after 10 days, 25 days, 40 days, whenever you hit that thing, you ask for a testimonial, you collect the testimonials, now the website. From there, now you start improving your sales system because now you are delivering and you are selling. That's a problem. Either you split the day in half the day you deliver, half the day you sell, or you start bringing people in, and then later you differentiate into setters and closers. So people who start the conversation, intensify the conversation, get people on your calendar, and then the closer takes over from the calendar, wakes up in the morning, hello, 3 strangers, let's talk. That's the closers part. And now you're probably reaching the 30K, 35K, 40K per month region because now you're delivering, you are bringing in new clients, and you have a system for creating client testimonials. You have happy people because you are delivering. You put them on your marketing material, on the educational emails, on your website. Now you are de-risking the decision for the next clients. So for example, our clients right now, they go, oh, Simon, for 90 days coaching, I have to pay so much money up front. Whoa, it's a high risk. What if it doesn't work? And I say, well, go to our website, strategysprints.com/love. It worked 160 times in your industry. You hear them. Don't believe me, I'm biased. Read their case studies. And then they come back and say, Simon, can we start on Monday? Because you are de-risking the process now. If it worked 200 times, you are kind of de-risking. I'm not worried if yoga doesn't work. Or what if I do this yoga process and it doesn't work? I know it works. It's there since 1,000 years.
I think that's actually reassuring. I think that's, if something works for 10 people, you don't have to do 160. If a methodology is working for 10 people, then the only variable factor is yourself. So if it's not working for you, then there's something wrong there's something wrong with you, or you have to fix something amongst yourself. I get this question a lot because I'm in the money field, and I'm in money mindset. I'm a money mindset expert, and I work with people on that. I don't talk about strategies. I don't talk about business. I talk about the mindset. And I have literally a shopping list of testimonials, I think 40 plus testimonials of people in all walks of life and manifesting money and creating money and business and so forth. When somebody comes to me and asks, well, how do I know, I don't know if this could work. I can't promise. You can't make promises to people. I think people have to understand that they have to do the work themselves before they can. But my question to you is, how do you get someone who is stuck under 35K, and they can't figure out how to get out of it? How do you get them into the 35K plus? How do you get them into that segment? And does that involve mindset, or is that strategy, or is that a combination of the two?
I love it. And I have even a visualization here. Let's see if the button works. So it's marketing, operations, and sales. That's the strategy method. So in the first months until you hit 35, you just do operations sales. Then you add marketing. Okay. And at that point, now you are doing around $500,000, $1 million per year. Now you hit a point where you cannot just do more of that because you are now the bottleneck. You are the limit.
Yeah.
This is where I start talking mindset. Because before there, they were on fire. They were building stuff. They were growing, scaling. They had no time to reflect. They're just, Simon, how can I close this deal there? How do I improve my CRM? How do I connect my CRM with my website? Okay. But then they get to this 500,000, 1 million, and now we have time, and they know, now they feel it. Oof, I cannot just do more of this. So now it's mindset. Are you really allowing your success to come in? And you see now the language changes. Now we are talking about allowing growth, allowing scaling. So we do mindset work, but it's in the subtle use of words. Because you see somebody and you know, okay, can I give them $1 million? You know pretty fast if you want to do that. And if you want to do it, their mindset is in line with what they do, in line with what they offer. It's just true. They're doing it every day. It's true. And you feel it, that if you give them $1 million, it's the best thing for you. So mindset is their words. If they have hustle words, oh, I have to do more, then they are in a scarcity mindset.
Yes.
Nothing will happen in that state of being, except suffering. So, but they will make no sales. Those people will not close big deals. So we have to work on the mindset. And you said, as a mindset coach, you don't have a guarantee. I'm working with many mindset coaches, and with some of them, we can even find a guaranteed outcome. So, for example, mindset means I feel magnificent and impactful. And I feel that there is nothing missing right now and that there is nothing to do. It's an outcome. You can ask from 1 to 10, how true is this? And so you might do an assessment in the beginning of all these questions. And from 1 to 10, where they are. And you can say, I can get you at least 25% higher in your own feeling about these things, in your own assessment. And then you take a little bit of the risk, and they have a little bit of the risk, and then it's a partnership. So yes, mindset is super important. Not always I have the mandate to go there, because they start with, hey, let's double revenue in 90 days. This is what they mainly talk about. But at some point during the scaling process, I hear some words and they start telling me they are not winning that deal and they are having this conflict in the team. And I go, yeah, let's look at the words that you were using in right now. There is scarcity words in there. What would be an abundance word that allows now really bigger projects to come in? Are you really ready on an energy level?
Yeah, so what I'm hearing from you is you've infused a lot of energy work in a very subtle way in the way you run your business, and the language you used, not NLP language, but energy words, like more for abundance language. Are you allowing this? Are you in alignment with this? Are you, do you want abundance? Do you want this? And it's a very subtle way to bring people who are very logically minded and very, spreadsheet kind of people into the woo land of energy work. Because I can say woo because this is the work I do. But you have to marry the two together in order to succeed. And this is what I've been talking about for the longest time, that just talking about the woo stuff is not enough, and just doing strategy is not enough. You have to marry the two together. And what works for you may not work for someone else, because everyone's different and everyone's energy towards certain words is different, because every word has energy. But you're telling me that you have to work out, first of all, to start a business and start don't do any unnecessary rubbish and stop getting into procrastination with, I need to have the logo, I have to have the VA, I have to this. Just get started and do the work up into 35K and start building it up to 35K. And after 35K, then look back and think, okay, I need to expand my mind. I need to work on my mind differently. I need to get teams in place. I need to get automation in place. And then most likely don't get overwhelmed, seek a mentor. Is that the message you're saying, that then seek a mentor who can come in and look at your work, at your business from a neutral point of view?
Yeah, totally. You have very eloquently described it. On Monday, it's all about the passion. What do you want to build? What do you want to solve? What do you want to repair? And on Thursday, it's all about the numbers. Okay, of all the things that we did, which one do really work right now this week? Which one do the people that we are here to serve really pick up? And on Friday, we learn from that, and then that's the next sprint. And it's both equally important. It's how you show up with the energy, with the words, with the behaviors, with the actions, with the promise, with the guarantee. So with a very good package that it's easy to say yes to. And it's also important that you measure every Thursday. People call us growth hackers because we collect all data. We want to know how many people were on the website, how many want to buy, how many did not buy, why did they not buy, was it the price or the value, or what was it? Or did they go to competitors? Who are those competitors? So we want to learn from what's going on during the week so that we improve for the next week. And if you improve every week by just 1%, that compounds. That's massive.
Yes, it does. I think this is it's a way to take a step back and not to be in the hustle mode, but to take a step back and do things in a smart way, not exert yourself. And I think there is a misconception that we all buy into, that if you want to make more money, then you have to work harder. And my experience has been, the harder you work, the less money you make. So you need to put some sort of effort into your business. But after a certain level, the more effort you put into it, it becomes negative returns. You end up burning yourself out, or you end up, not understanding how life takes over, because life throws curveballs at you all the time. And I'm thinking about this recently because I took the whole summer off, and most of it off, and we had a workshop happening last weekend. I could not do that workshop because my son went into emergency operation. So we were supposed to start on, we got the ball rolling, everything opened up. Monday to Friday, we got people excited. And then on Thursday, we went into hospital. Friday, he had an operation, which meant the weekend I was in the hospital with him. So it couldn't happen, as we left it for the following weekend. But I was so, I think the team tried, but my energy was so occupied with my son, and I was all over the place, so that I wasn't able to sort of build the excitement up again, whatever. I did the workshop really brilliantly, that went really well, but people had lost interest in that time. And now I can sit back and say, oh no, what did I do? What a disaster, and so forth. This 2 month promoting this workshop, and we had so many signs up and blah, blah. Or I can say, okay, what did we learn from it? How can I move forward? Because curveballs will be thrown at you in your business, in your life. And obviously family's takes up a priority and always takes over. How can you learn and grow from it? And what I'm learning from you, because I'm just doing it now, you're telling me we should be doing this on a weekly basis. So if we take an assessment on a weekly basis, what worked, what didn't work, how can we improve? Which means instead of looking at something 2 months later, you'll be looking at it in a week's time. Does that make sense?
Exactly. What's important gets measured in a week. What is not important enough to get measured in a week, why do it in the first place? So do fewer things, but things that really matter. That's very important in a sprint. A sprint is a process of reduction to the essence. And so you find the one bottleneck, you solve that in the week. You measure just 3 numbers, 1 for marketing, 1 for sales, 1 for operations, 12 times in 12 weeks. And you said something that's really important. And many people burn out. We're working with so many agencies, consultancies, and they are burned out because they did not separate time from money. You have to separate time from money. Worst way to charge is for time.
Mm-hmm.
1 day of me advising you costs $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst thing to do.
Agreed.
And even worse if it's at the end of the month. So you work the whole month and then you hope to get paid at the end. So that's the worst way. Then second best is to have a package,
Mm-hmm.
and that can be a monthly retainer
Mm-hmm.
paid upfront. But the best is to have a package that offers something very tangible for a very specific amount of time. So, for example, we double your revenue in 90 days or money back. That's a very good package.
Mm-hmm.
You know how long it takes, you know what you get, and you know the risk. So ideally, you can find something that is tangible, you can promise for a specific amount of time, and you are okay with giving it back if it didn't work. Then you have the best package and it's paid up front. Now, this is expensive because you are 50 in the risk zone.
Mm-hmm.
This is not just, yeah, I take your monthly money and then maybe I give a damn and maybe I don't. I had many marketing agencies. They would take our money, like $5,000 per month. Yeah, I do your Google ads. And they would just not care at all. They would really do the minimum.
We've seen so many of these, and I call these bro marketers. My recent experience has been, I don't talk about it, I never say the name because it's not right to, but I wish I could, but I won't. This one agency, they took 10, I mean, I've lost more money than this, but they hurt because it was completely false promise. That's why, I mean, I've lost a hell of a lot more money than $10,000. But that 10,000 hurt me more because it was a completely false promise. They were hired. They were hired setters for me. They were hired closers for me, and train them and get them to do the work. Zero. They literally had the person saying to me, "I'm sorry, we have no one in the pipeline at the moment who's willing to do hours in the UK." I'm like, "Well, then why did you take me on in the first place? We had no one in the UK willing to work UK hours." It was just crazy. And that's the hurt. And so I agree with you. There's plenty of those kind of, I think this is what gives the online space the negative image, because there are people like that, these bro marketers who make all these false promises and they never they never fulfill them, including Google ads and Facebook ads and so forth. And so how do you navigate through that? How do you work out who, when you are going from 35K to above, how do you work out which company or which agency can help you? That's a very valid question.
Totally. So make it half and half, that both of you take some risk, not just you take all the risk and they take all the money. Make it half and half. There's a wonderful book about it. It's called Skin in the Game by Nassim Nicholas Taleb. And Skin in the Game says half of the risk goes on the entrepreneur's side, half of the risk on the market side. That's the best way. Like Elon Musk does not build a car and then hope to sell it. That would be 100% risk on Elon Musk. He never does that. He always does 50-50. And sometimes even 100-1 for the market. So he creates a landing page. He doesn't create the Model Y. He creates a landing page and then he says, "Hey world, I can build a cool car that helps the transition to smarter energy faster and it looks fancy. Do you want it? Send $25,000 here and maybe in 2 years I build it." That's at least 50-50 risk on his side, right? And not 100%. Many people do 100%. CNN Plus did 100%. They wasted $300 million. And they closed CNN Plus after 1 week. $300 million for 1 week. Why? Because they never split the risk. So split the risk. Say, hey, I am willing to guarantee you something. So now, excuses time is over for me. I expect the same from your side. Are you ready? to do this together. It's 50-50 here. All right. We are going to crush it if we both deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in? Do you want to be my business partner for the next month?
Mm-hmm.
Now you have a business partnership. And I think that's the best way. So let's look at both sides. If you are contracting with an agency, let's say they do your lead generation or whatever, then make it also a split. Let's say, okay, there is a minimum that I pay you per month. But let's say 60% of it is performance-based. Or maybe 100% is performance-based, but I pay you much more than industry average if you deliver. So I will pay per person on my calendar $300. I'm happy for that. Every person that I close, you get another $2,500. But I will pay nothing for hundreds of awareness clicks. I don't care about awareness clicks. For example, a PR agency, you might say, I don't pay you $5,000 per month. I pay you get me into Wall Street Journal, I pay you $12,000. You get me into the New York Times, you get $41,000. So you're still paying a lot, but in a de-risked way, and they are now in it like you are.
Yeah.
What can you do on your side? You are the person doing the offer. I can help you with the mindset. And I promise you, in 6 months, you will feel magnificent at least an 8 of 10. You will feel impactful at least an 8 out of 10. And you will feel limitless in your possibility at least 8 out of 10. These 3 things, I can promise you, this is what I will deliver, weekly coaching. This is what you will deliver. You always do what I give into your project management space as the next task. For example, now you have split the risk. It's 50-50. It's that probably, and they have to pay upfront. And it's a high number. Now you have maximized the probability for their success. Because when you pay upfront, you are fully invested. If you don't, then you are always a little bit with one leg you are in, with the other leg you're somewhere else. And so you will find excuses. Oh, no, I don't think this is right. I think this is a problem here. But if you have invested a ton of money, now you are full in. Now you are part of the solution. You are part of the problem. Now you are all in. And when you are all in, most things fly. Think about the things where you are all in. That's, you are all in with your children. You are all in with your friends.
Yeah.
Those things fly. And so if you have and you will have fewer projects, and you will be all in those projects.
Yeah.
They will fly.
Yeah. That's very true. Very true. Well, on that note, we're going to wrap this up. Simon, where can we find you? How can we connect with you on the internet?
I hang out at strategysprints.com. And this is also where you can download many of our tools. They are open source. If you want to go deeper, there's the book, Strategy Sprints, available on Amazon. Please leave me an Amazon review. Amazon loves it. Other people can find it, and you can help even them have more time, have more fun while scaling their business.
Fantastic. So if you're listening to us on the podcast, then the link for Simon's website and the book would be in the show notes. And if you're watching us on YouTube, then down below in the description section, we have the links that Simon just mentioned too. Do check him out. I'm going to go and check out his book on Amazon and probably get a Kindle or a paperback version of it. Thank you so much, Simon, for being such an amazing guest and having such a fantastic conversation with us, enlightening me too. When you were talking, I was trying to see how I can relate to my business. But thank you so much for being so amazing.
Thank you. Keep rolling, everybody.
And thank you for listening to me and Simon today on Money Talkies. I will be back with another amazing guest, finding out how you and I can build a better business. Until the next time we meet, this is Gull signing off. Take care and bye for now.